Hey everyone, welcome to Arsenal versus Tottenham. It's the first North London derby of the season. It's a big one for Arsenal, and time to extend our lead on top of the table over Chelsea to 6 points. And with the results that we had going for us yesterday, with both Man City and Liverpool losing, means that this is a great opportunity to really, imprint our, you know, position in first place. So let's see what we can do. Still almost ready to go. The lineup is out. We got the lineup up on the screen there. I did initially have it up for 2 days now. I had to make a couple of changes. I had Victor Gyökeres. I was hoping that he would start. Unfortunately, he's not fit enough. He's not even on the bench. So Mikel Merino keeps his starting spot M9. And I think I had Lewis Skelly with Calafiori being withdrawn from the Italy squad. I felt that maybe he might not be fit, but he is fit to start. So Calafiori is starting. Apart from that, um, I assumed that Hincapi would start in place of Gabriel. I think that a lot of people were saying Mosquera would start, but Mosquera's been brought in as cover for Saliba. He's more right-footed, so Hincapi's come in and Hincapi's done well. In a couple of games we've seen him so far against Brighton in the Carling Cup, I mean the Carabao Cup. Had the old name going there for a second, and he was quite well. He did quite well in that game, kept a clean sheet, and then he played at left back against Slavia Prague, and I think he made the most tackles out of everybody. So let's see. We got our first viewer in the chat. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying. We're almost ready for kickoff. 10 more minutes to go. I think we're coming off a Premier League game, and it was Aston Villa. I think Leeds beat Aston Villa 2-1 in the earlier game. Yeah, with Morgan Rogers scoring 2 goals. Leeds actually had the lead in that game, Mecca, and then Rogers came and scored 2 goals to win it for them. That win, we don't have the table up there, but that's a big win for Aston Villa because it brings them up into 4th place in the table. 4th place. And after the poor start Aston Villa had, I mean, this table, I mean, if you can have a look at the table, it's all over the place at the moment. I think the top 10 and the top 11. 11 in Liverpool's in 11th place, Aston Villa in 4th place, all separated by 3 points, with Brighton, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa all winning in the weekend. So Tottenham have dropped down to 9th position. Man United in 10th position, and they got to play Everton tomorrow morning. So if they win by a 3-goal advantage, Man United, they could go as high as 4th. So interesting stuff. But near the bottom of the table, Leeds and Burnley are dropped down into the relegation zone. Wolves still at the bottom. New manager, same Wolves. West Ham and Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Newcastle, all picking up points to separate themselves a little bit from the bottom pack. Okay, what do we got here? 7 minutes to go for kickoff. Setting up the scoreboard and everything. Why did this go all the way up to 100? Just need to set this up. Reset time. There's no button here to reset time. Okay, so timer is good to go when we need it. Okay, big game for Arsenal. Big game in general. Most people say this is the biggest game in England. I mean, you know, I don't know about that. It's a big game for sure, but you know, you got the Manchester derby, you've got the Liverpool Man United derby. Don't really know a name for that one. That's a big game as well. But this is well, I can see that. You know, probably the biggest derby. You know, I don't think Man City Man United's that big. Um, I don't think it's that fierce the rivalry. But here we go. Got a little promo here. We're on a good got a good record against Tottenham recently. I think we are on 3 wins in a row, 4 wins in a row. We did the double over them last season. We beat them at White Hart Lane the season before. We unfortunately drew at the Emirates 2 seasons ago. That was Postecoglou's first season, and Tottenham were flying. But last season they finished one position above the relegation zone. They ended up winning the Europa League against a very dreadful Man United team. Oh, the nice graphic, and there we go, the Emirates Stadium. Ashburton Grove. Oh, that's a nice tifo. Look, that looks nice. These streets are our own. I got no sound on this, but if I had some sound, I would guess we all know what song is probably playing at the Emirates right now. Saka is leading us out. Odegaard's injured. The bench is quite exciting. We got Martinelli and Madueke back. So we got some firepower. Oh, that's a nice tifo. I mean, it's much better than whatever tifo we had against Real Madrid last season in the Champions League. There's the star boy himself, Bukayo Saka. Here we go. Lineup reveal. Max Daumann as well on the bench, 15 years old. Oh man, it's the signings we've made. The depth is just impeccable, right? Gabriel's out. I mean, sure enough, I'll just hang on with that thought. Tottenham's lineup is they got three at the back. I don't know if they've been playing that this season. I haven't really watched too much Tottenham. They got wing backs, Spence and Udogi. So three at the back. Um, their away record is very good. I think they've got the best away record in the league, joint with us. But we've played a game more. They're unbeaten away from home. But I think the only major game they've had has been Man City, which they always win. So let's not give them too much credit for that. Now I forgot what I was saying before the Tottenham lineup came out. It's getting a bit chilly in England. As you can see from everybody at the stadium, got jackets on, scarves on, hats, beanies. It's a nice evening in the UK. Good morning to everyone that's not in the UK, and if you're in New Zealand or Australia. The Emirates Stadium is nice, isn't it? The exterior is very, very lovely. So coming into this game, it was a bit tense 2 days ago with Tottenham, not Tottenham, with Man City traveling to Newcastle, and us got the North London derby. It's pretty tense start to the week. With Man City losing, now pressure is still on us to win this game, but it helps when your rivals are dropping points. But knowing Man City, knowing that they can go, they can click into form and go 10 wins in a row, you need to take advantage of all the drop points they have. And, what better way to do that than, win the games that's in front of you. And what a better game to win than against your biggest and your bitterest rivals. That's a Michael Oliver as a referee. That's a bit, Okay, here we go. Kickoff. I'll go set up the timer. I think this is, I don't know which North London derby. This is maybe the 199th, 200th. Okay, here we go. Big game. Saliba playing it back to Raya. It's going to go out to Timber. Does well to get it out. Timber's been very good this season. Very, very good player. Probably the best right back in the Premier League at the moment. Nice set up field. It's a different team, this Tottenham. You don't have a Heung-min Son anymore. You don't have Harry Kane anymore. The players who you knew would normally, guaranteed a goal against Arsenal, whether it's Harry Kane with a penalty or Son with a quick breakaway. Tottenham are very much changed than the one we're used to. New manager as well, more pragmatic manager. First touch to Hincapi. Declan Rice. Nice diagonal to Saka. Here we go against Jed Spence. No, not Jed Spence. Udogi. Udogi's won that battle. Trying to play Richarlison on the outside of Saliba. I don't think they know who Saliba is and how quick he is. Arsenal wonder what our game plan is going to be. Obviously to dominate them and take advantage of set pieces. And the way, good tackle there. Here we go. Opportunity for a break. Trossard. Saka. Got some space. We're pushing forward. Eze. Dink over the top and Rice with the shot and Vicario saves it, and there was a deflection that's gone out for a corner. Big chance there for Arsenal. It was Eze with a little dink over the top to Rice, but straight at Vicario. I mean, it's a tough shot. It's in the air, so it's like a yeah. He's catched it in the air. It's a good hit, that one. But oof, so close. Good start here by Arsenal. Eze with a nice dink into the top to Rice. There we go. Tottenham aren't the best at set pieces, so let's see what we're gonna do. First set piece of the game. Saka to deliver it in. We've got the big boys in the middle, and oof, fell straight to Timber, and he's just like headed it right into the air right there. Ooh, okay. Mikel Arteta's unbeaten against Tottenham at the Emirates, and I think we've only drawn one game, and we won the rest against them at our home stadium. Oh, nice there from Declan Rice. Marino's giving it chase, but Romero's going to hit it out. So good tempo from Arsenal here in the initial stages. It's one of those games where you're clearly better team than Tottenham, and you're playing at home. So all the pointers are there that you're gonna win, or you should win. But because it's a derby, like people say, it's like a great leveler. So you never know, in what form you coming into this. Um, derbies always the different games. Good to see Zubimendi as well, unscathed from the international break. Now we don't want any injuries from this game because we got two big games coming up this week. Got Bayern Munich on Thursday, New Zealand time, and another derby, London derby against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So Arsenal, we don't leave London all of this week, but some big games coming up. And Timber's ball, a little overshot there, overhit to Saka, so it's going to go to Vicario. Van de Ven into the box, and nice from Timber. Zubimendi, good job. Nketiah's good there. Nketiah's very good signing. Was very pleasantly surprised when we were linked to him, and we ended up going after him in the summer. Trossard. It's an interesting battle, Trossard with Jed Spence. There's the captain and vice captain, Saka's vice captain by Gabriel, and Odegaard sitting out. Odegaard could be back against Bayern Munich. Would be a good addition to have him back. And I think that was Trossard. Not really anybody up top to pass the ball to. We're so lucky to have, with three strikers out injured, we still have one in Marino. A bit of a shoulder barge there from Bentancur on Zubimendi. Tottenham enjoying some possession in our side of the field at the moment. Richarlison tried to dummy Timber. Timber didn't fall for it. And a tackle there from Van de Ven against Marino. He's good, luckily. It's a nasty one. And high up the field as well, potentially stopping a counter. So referee, could have got a yellow card out. It is a derby, 7 minutes in. You don't want to, brandish it too much, but could have given a card there. I mean, playing at home, I'm less nervous with Michael Oliver as referee, but lovely ball there from And Saka for battle with Udogi. He gets it to Vicario, who clears it. But it's not the best clearance, so Timber still has it. Timber to Saka. Can get it through back to Timber, but Zubimendi now has it. Timber playing up front at the moment. Lovely ball from Saliba to find Saka. Can he get somebody in the middle? Oof, taken out there. I think that's by Palinia. A little mix-up between Rice and Eze, Zubimendi, but we get it back. Rice, Calafiori. Good, strong to hold off Kudus. Settling down now. Incapi here to Trossard. Oh, can't find the defense splitting pass there. Zubimendi was making a run to the box. Ball over the top. And Danso just hitting it right into the air. Trossard, Merino with a shot, but blocked by Romero, and the deflection falls into Vicario's hands there. I'm just going to set the focus there. Focus is a little bit weird on the camera. I think that's good. 74% possession by Arsenal in the opening 10 minutes here. Tottenham haven't done anything. We've had a couple of chances. Big chance to Declan Rice. Rice just undercooked that pass to Eze. Tottenham just playing in the back there and passing it around the back. And Saka gets the better of Udogi. And that's come off of Kudus. Arsenal throw-in. Excited about Hincapi. What a season, you know, what a time to be an Arsenal fan at the moment. Okay, here we go again. Some long balls to Trossard. He's done well there in his battle with Danso. And he's kept that in. Here's Marino. But sandwiched between two defenders, and Calafiori does well there against Jed Spence. Danso with the throw. Right to Calafiori. Zubimendi. Here's Trossard. And that's another throw to Arsenal. Trossard has stayed down here. Oh, come on, Trossard. Doesn't look good. He's holding on to his shoulder, so it could be a shoulder knock. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen here. They've told the medical staff to hold on at the moment. No, it's not a shoulder. It's just a little click by Palinia in the challenge there. Okay, now they're asking the medical team to come on, just have a look. Hopefully nothing too serious. Martinelli and Madueke are waiting. They didn't expect to be brought on this early. Jose just having a word with Michael Oliver there about that challenge by Dancer. I don't think it was, you know, anything too bad. And Madueke's going for a little run to warm up. I'm just going to look at that again, and he did catch him. It was Palinia. He did catch him. So VAR, you know, it was, you know, accidental, but you know, another game, another referee, you know, they look at that and go, well, We've seen those given as yellow cards at least, but VAR doesn't interfere with yellow card challenges. So if they don't deem it, I think, as serious enough to be a red card, I don't think it's going to be looked at it much further than that. But it is a nasty hit there by Palinha. It's a good tempo by Arsenal. Tottenham don't really have a foot on the game at the moment. No tempo, really. The most amount of passes they're getting is just across their back line, and then we win it back in the midfield. Calafiori's throw. Timber's going to win it. And here's Merino now. Palinha with a challenge. He's a player. He's not shy to get into a tackle, is he? A long, long throw opportunity now. With Calafiori, Saliba, and Hincapi. It's a fake out. It's a fake out, and Calafiori, and is that gonna go in for a corner? Richarlison's kept it in. Kudus. He can't clear it, and Hincapi's gonna hit that out for a goal kick. Bit of a fake out from Calafiori. Interesting, well, set piece tactic there from Arsenal. Some of the dangerous players Tottenham have in the field here. Mohamed Kudus was very good for West Ham. He finally left West Ham. And Merino beaten out there by Danso, and Tottenham get a free kick. Declan Rice, the offender. Declan Rice saying their free kick was in the wrong place and kicking it back. Last season that would have been a yellow card. So it's a first opportunity here for Tottenham. For Vicario, we got a free kick on the halfway line. An opportunity to deliver the ball into Arsenal's box here. Richarlison's the lone man. He's sitting by himself in an offside position. So a tactic here by Tottenham, and David Raya gets it. Nothing too worrying. Can we get a counter attack? Van der Ven's just fouled him. Again, last season that would have been a free kick. Different season, different rules. Last season it only hurt Arsenal. Dropped points against Man City and Brighton due to red cards for time wasting. So time for another build-up here. Zubimendi with the ball. Eze back to Zubimendi. Saliba. It's got Timber on the right here. Timber's got Saka. Back to Timber. Here's Eze. He didn't get there, but Calafiori, but it's... And referee saying play on there. There's a high foot from Richarlison on Hincapi. Trossard's overhit that cross, but Saka does well. Great touch from Saka to keep it. And it looks like Udogie was pulling, and it is a free kick. Udogie was pulling on Saka, so it's a free kick on the... What's Udogie doing here? Trying to pick a fight with Saka. I mean, clearly he was pulling him, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Yeah, I mean, we can see he's got his arm across his chest, and again, pulling his arm. So Michael Oliver gave him 2 play-ons there. Could have had 2 fouls in that build-up, but we ended up getting a free kick. It's a good position for Saka, a little in-swinger. He can be cheeky and go for a shot, but he might just put on the head of one of our tall players. Look at the height we got in that box. Gone are the days of, Fabregas, Nasri, Wilshere, Now you got big, burly men in the box. Saka to deliver it. He's gone for the shot there, and it's over, but, worth a try. Trying to pull a Declan Rice. I mean, you score that, it becomes one of the all-time, derby goals, really, if he could have pulled that off. Declan Rice's header. And Timber against Udogi, and he's got Saka for support. No foul. After Udogi got tumbled. And here's Eze. Timber with a ball down to Eze, but Romero's there to cover. Here's Van de Ven. So Tottenham now have numbers in the back. Look at that stat. Passes in the final third. 23 to Arsenal, only 1 to Tottenham. So as expected, Tottenham, challenged by Zubimendi on Richarlison. Nothing in it. As expected, Tottenham's pragmatic style. They've come here to, sit back, look for counters, and this is looking like it's their only attacking, output at the moment is get a free kick on the halfway line, and Vicario is going to try and throw that into the box. And again, you got your Richarlison standing in offside position, waiting for the rebound, and Danso this time wins the header, but okay, good. Timber receives it, and Trossard's on the chase here. He's got Jed Spence, and I think it's Odo Bear, and he does well there, Trossard. A little pump up to the crowd there. Get everybody hyped. Calafiori wins that. And Merino against Romero. Merino does well. Eze does well as well. Kudu still has the ball here. And Richarlison trying to play through Odo Bear, but Zubimendi gets it, and it's back to Raya. Here's Saliba. He's got Timber. And Timber to Saka. Probably be... referee's going to give a foul for that on Van de Ven. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Timber. Saliba. Good start by Arsenal here. A couple of chances. Game's kind of evened out a bit since that. Apologies for that. It's 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. I haven't gotten up this early for an Arsenal game in a while. Gotta focus this out again. Get the focus. Yep, we go. Odo Bear with a pass to Danso. I thought it was going to be overhead, but he gets there. So 4 attempts by Arsenal here. One shot on target that Declan Rice hit. And Tottenham here with an opportunity. Odo Bear and Declan Rice clears it, blocks it, and Hincapi does well to clear it. Here's Saka. And here's Marino. And it's a foul. Should be a foul. Referee's not giving it though. Looked like a foul from Udogi on Marino. Calafiori does well. Here's Trossard. Trossard holding his own against Palhinha and Spence on the left-hand side there. I think Timber has had the most touches out of everyone on the field at the moment. It's always our attacks are always starting from the right-hand side. We haven't seen much build-up from Calafiori. Trossard is getting the ball quite a few times, but not sustained build-up. Here's Eze, Timber, Saka, probably back to Eze, yep. And Bentancur does well to win that back. Here's Rice. Zubimendi, good runs from Zubimendi, but no one outside for him as Saka's pulled himself into central position. Here's Saliba back to Zubimendi, looking for a pass. Rice to Eze, back to Rice. Calafiori to Eze, but he's overrun that one. It's a foul. I mean, I think it's against Calafiori there. I mean, it's a big loss when you have, you have three strikers at the club. They're all out injured. You got, Gabriel Jesus has been out for a year now, almost. You got Havertz, who's going to be back in December. Gyökeres, who knows when he'll be back. He could potentially be back for the Bayern Munich game or the Chelsea game. No one's really given a deadline or a expected return date for him. You got your three strikers out injured. Most clubs only have two strikers, but Arsenal, we've got three strikers all out injured. We got Marino up top. And Marino is good, he's serviceable. He's more than serviceable, but he what Gyökeres does for you, what Havertz does for you, you don't get that from Marino, and that's why when those players are fit, they're starting in that position, not Marino. Here's Zubimendi to Timber. Back to Zubimendi. Back to Saliba. Back to Zubimendi. Trying to find that pass to Timber, and I think Udogi gets there. Van de Ven to Vicario. Danso. Trossard's on him. Back to Danso. And Declan Rice does well to intercept it. It's going to go out for a goal kick now. Just showing a replay of that chance for Declan Rice. I think, you put that either side, and it might go in, and we get unlucky with the deflection from Danso as well, which is goes out for a corner. Here we go, Zubimendi to Saliba. It's got Trossard in the middle. It's a bit risky, that pass, so he keeps onto it. And Hincapi now falling back into position. He doesn't go for him, goes to Marino. Marino, our striker, playing all the way out in defensive midfield position. So that's what I mean, because he is naturally a midfielder. He does set tend to drop back. Here's Saka. Back to Saliba. Eze. Timber to Saliba to Hincapi. Calafiori is making a dart into the middle. There's Trossard. Time for another shot, perhaps. Trossard. Keep Tottenham play. They got bodies in defense, so it's a little mix up between Richarlison and Kudus, but unfortunately it doesn't fall to an Arsenal player. Here's Richarlison. Kudus. No foul to Tottenham. Here we go. Zubimendi. Timber was open, but he didn't see him. Ops back to Hincapi. To Saliba. Here we go. Timber. Time to push on now from Arsenal. Or play it back to Saliba. Here's Declan Rice. Trossard. Calafiori finding himself in the box. To Rice. The delivery is in. And Timber goes for a volley, but it's going wide and it's deflected as well. He does well against Richarlison, Timber. And half-cooked ball, and Timber's through on goal, but Van der Ven does well to block him off. And falls into Vicario's hands. You see, that's the thing, right? You know, Timber's playing high up, and, you know, for example, in that attack there, he was out of position, but Tottenham are just so slow. They don't want to take a risk and play up the field at a quick pace. They're playing counter-attacking football. Oh, camera's a bit blurry again. So they're playing counter-attacking football, and they're also, you know, their build-up is very slow. Timber does well there against Richarlison, but Richarlison's Saka does well there. It's come off him for a throw-in. And potentially a long throw-in here, Danzo. So opportunity for Tottenham for another set-piece attempt. They got their players, Romero, Van der Ven, all in the box. This is the Premier League, isn't it? Premier League 2025, long throw-ins into the box. It's a dangerous ball into the box. People are falling all over the place, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. Marino fell over, potentially a foul by Romero there. So half an hour gone, and Arsenal, we haven't really done much since that Declan Rice attack. We've had positive play, but, you know, nothing to really threaten or, you know, scare Vicario in goal. And as you can see, you know, double the amount of passes as Tottenham, 69% possession. But again, need to make all of this mean something. At the moment, we're just passing and you know, 190 passes, but most of those is just Zubimendi, you know, Timber and Saliba. And Marino here to Saka. Saka does well, and surely that's the first yellow card of the game, and it's for Bentancur pulling back Saka. Saka was through there, and nice dummy there, nice nutmeg there on Van der Ven. He was through on goal, but, you know, I don't think that's a bit far out to be considered anything but a yellow card. So similar free kick position to the one before. This time, Declan Rice is there with Saka. 32 minutes in. Can we get something here? Bukayo Saka on the free kick. And oof, again at goal, and Vicario makes a diving save. And Jed Spence playing it on for Kudus, but we got Declan Rice there to cover up, and Calafiori does well to keep it in. We restart Hincapi. Here we go, Calafiori. Trossard. Trossard can't get the better of Palhinha. He's causing problems there, though. Look at that. Oh, Saka. Oof. It's whipping back into Vicario. I mean, it's a dangerous free kick, right? It's going at goal at speed. If Arsenal get a hit onto that, then it goes away from the keeper and into the goal. So it's good there from Arsenal. So here we go. This is our throw-in routine now. By Calafiori, out to Eze. Mendy to Calafiori. To Trossard. Back heel in there, and Marino to Vicario's hands. Not really. He's leaning back, I think, with that header, so it's just gone into the air, and Vicario is very grateful for that catch. Udogi and Saka. Here's Timber. Back to Saka. It's an Arsenal throw. And then shouting at his players. Tottenham under the pressure a little bit. And Saliba. Eze. Saliba. Rice to Saliba. Where's Timber? Timber's not on. Oh, Timber's right at the far side here. Saliba. Back to Zubimendi. To Declan Rice. Back to Saliba. Slowly making our way up the field. Back to Hincapi. Saliba does well. Saka to find Timber. He's got Marino. Who does Marino have? It's a ball over the top to Trossard. That's gone in. That's a goal by Leandro Trossard, and Arsenal take the lead. And it's that man, Trossard. And Arsenal have the lead here. Great ball from Marino to find Trossard, and we take the lead. Leandro Trossard opens Arsenal's account here at the North London derby. It was coming, right? Sustained pressure. And here we go. Timber to find Marino. And he just dinks the ball. Look at that run by. He's not offside. What a run by Trossard there. Good touch. And then got lucky there. No, not lucky. Great skill. Brings the ball down. Turns around. Has enough time. Takes the shot while he's slipping. And has that taken a little deflection off Van de Ven to find its way into the goal? Great ball there from Marino to find the run. Great touch to bring it down. Yeah, it's just taken Marino Van de Ven off a sliding tackle, and it's just taken a deflection off him in and takes it past. Takes it past Vicario into the goal. So Arsenal take the lead, and it's that man. And here we go. Push on now. Tottenham are under the cosh. Zubimendi. Trossard. Back to Calafiori. Calafiori's ball. Oof. Had more time than you realized there. Well, in the context of the league table, this is, a big goal and a great time to score it as well, near the end of half time. I mean, Saliba's just and Declan Rice gets the better of Palhinha. That's just the level in these players. The overall level, and the top players that Tottenham have, and the players that Arsenal have. What I was saying is that they go for a challenge, and Declan Rice just gets the better of Palhinha. His timber. So in the context of the league table, that goal puts us up on 29 points, 6 points in front of Chelsea, who we play next week, and 7 points in front of Man City. I mean, don't even talk about Liverpool. That puts us 11 points in front of Liverpool. Liverpool already with 6 wins, 6 defeats. What a season, man. Dreadful season, but what a season indeed. Hincapi, good to find Calafiori. He's again, lovely back heel to find Trossard. And Trossard had the pass to Rice, but he went for Hincapi. And it's a free kick now. Well, I mean, just looking at the league table, it reminds me of our incredible defensive record. 5 goals conceded this whole season. Don't want to talk too much about it in case I jinx something. So let's leave it there. Coming to the 40th minute. And Oda Bear, but a free kick against Udogi for against Saka. Well, I forgot to update the score. My bad. There we go. Now it's better. All that excitement, I forgot to update the score. There you go, showing the goal again. Marino finding the run by Trossard, and he took a risk taking that touch. Could have done what Declan Rice did and could have taken it on the first attempt. Raya to Saliba. Oh, what a ball. The dink from Zubimendi, but Romero gets there. And Timber's winning all his duels at the moment against the Tottenham players. Saliba. Oh no, Trossard to Timber. Declan Rice. Eze. 2-0. Eze with the goal. Oh, this is great. This is great as Eze makes it 2-0, and this time we're going to update the scoreboard on time. What a goal by Eze. Yeah, I thought he held on for it too long. Could have released it, but he held on to it and he puts it away. 2-0, and we are in a good position at the moment. I don't see Tottenham scoring 2 goals the way they're playing. And funny story with Eze, isn't it? All us Arsenal fans know Tottenham were linked with Eze, and then once Mikel Arteta came calling, so it's a clearance by Danzo, and Eze held on to it. I thought he held on to it for too long, and they might be checking for offside here. 3 Arsenal players were in offside positions when that shot was taken, but then none of them were in Vicario's view. And if we saw yesterday with the Nottingham Forest goal, this is gonna get given. Yeah, it doesn't hit any of them, and I mean, yeah, it's not in Vicario's way. I don't think there's a case to be made here for VAR. I think this is a goal, you know, easily. Van de Ven looks distraught. Arsenal fans look euphoric. What more do you want? Eberechi Eze makes it 2-0. And I think one more goal and easy 90, easy 3 points. Got to keep concentration levels up here. Oh, Eze, no, Saka. It's Palhinha. Took a little tumble. Merino's on him. Referee's looking at it and gives a free kick. Thomas Frank looking on, trying to find a solution. You're not going to find a solution, mate. You cannot come to the Emirates, sit back, and hope for anything. You can hope for a lucky set piece goal, but when you're 2-0 down, that's only going to do so much for you. Trossard has been excellent against Danso and Palhinha. He's got Bentancur on him now. And he tries to do a back heel and Calafiori's there. He's not going to get that throw in. He wants that long throw in, doesn't he? Lovely there. Again, they keep looking at this offside by Arsenal players. Again, none of them are interfering in play. None of them are in Vicario's line of sight. And there we go, the bench with Odegaard and Gabriel, Havertz all celebrating. Don't celebrate too much. We don't want to, Cole Palmer incident. Don't want to stub your toe on one of those seats and end up missing more time than you need to. Oh, good there. Arsenal have been on top of Tottenham in all aspects in this game. Our players are up for this. They're winning all their duels, headers. I think Timber has won every single duel and header that he's been up against a Tottenham player. Kudus gets around Timber and he finds Odo Bear again, but back to, and Palhinha won that challenge against Marino. Referee didn't see anything in it. I don't think there was anything in it. 3 minutes added time here. It looks like Udogie and Timber. But Udogie did look, he took his hand around him and did bring him down. I don't think there's too much in that. But maybe have a look, let's have a look at it again. Michael Oliver just having a word with them. So Timber did step in his way and then just some little afters, but nothing in it. But Timber was trying to get up, and then Udogie did put his arm around him and then bring him down again. I mean, nothing, violent or anything like that, but a little cheeky. And I don't know why, the foul's gone against us for that. Potentially that, Timber did block off Udogie. But here's Tottenham's favorite tactic in this game. Halfway line for Vicario to, plop the ball in. Keep the... that's not great from Vicario and cleared out by Arsenal. It's going to go all the way back to Vicario. He's going to probably pick it up. No, in his own box. Marino is giving chase here. And Tottenham just trying to take the sting out of their game. A minute to play here until halftime. Oof. Saliba going over Richarlison. Referee's just waving him to get up. Nothing in it. Richarlison's been very ineffective for Tottenham. We're not going to... Fortunately, doesn't look like we're going to get any late Richarlison goal with him taking his shirt off and whatnot. And Marino's given a foul there against Van de Ven. He was looking at Van de Ven, not the ball, the entire play. So referee's rightfully given a free kick for that. Possibly the last kick of the half. Michael Oliver's probably going to blow the whistle anytime soon. 10 seconds left until the 48-minute mark. Romero back to Vicario. Eze is giving chase, but the referee's blown his whistle. What a half. What a half for Arsenal. Trossard and Eze with the goals. Half time in the best of ways. What more do you want? What more do you want as an Arsenal fan? Great half of football by Arsenal. Here's the goals. Trossard, lovely touch. Lovely touch. Bit of luck there with the deflection, and then Eze again. Just great goal. No luck involved in that. Vicario, just too strong for Vicario. He couldn't keep it out. So half time, great half of football by Arsenal. We take the lead. Half time here, Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0. Great half of football by Arsenal. Waiting for the second half to kick off. So good half by Arsenal. Only one yellow card going against Tottenham. And that win, if we keep it up, that 2-0 win helps with our clean sheet. Well, obviously clean sheet, but also our goal difference as well. If you're dropping by, if you came and left in the stream, hope you're enjoying it. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe for more Arsenal content. I just realized on the stream I put low latency on. So I can see the chat, but I think I'm behind. Just check it out real quick. Ooh, good half by Arsenal there. Good half by Arsenal. Almost time for second half to begin. I want to see what everybody's saying regarding our 2 goals. Who else would score against Tottenham but Eze? Just looking at some stats for that first half, Tottenham created 0.00 xG in that entire first half. I mean, Raya had to come out a couple of times to, catch the ball and ease the pressure on our defense, but, Tottenham done nothing. So it looks like, we didn't have a match preview or like a pre-game show or anything, but looking at the lineups, Tottenham have some injury concerns. I mean, when you look at our team, the injuries that we have, Odegaard's out. We got our captain out injured. Gabriel, starting defender, out injured. Havertz, well, let's say Guaquez out injured. So 3 starting players potentially all out injured, important players. When you look at Tottenham's injury concerns, I don't think Ben Davies is a starting player for them. Madison, potentially. I don't know if he's starting player. I think Madison's a big loss for them. Basuma, I don't know if he's getting in the team over Palhinha or Bentancur. Kulusevski, yeah, he's a bit of he's a big loss for them. And Solanke, I don't know if Solanke's better than Kolomwani or Tell. Where's Tell? Is Tell on the bench? Yeah, Tell's on the bench, and Moani's on the bench, and then Richarlison starting. So I think when you look at it, I think we've got bigger injury concerns than them. And when you look at our bench, Ben White can come in if Timber needs a rest. We got Mosquera. If, God forbid something happens to any of our defenders, Lewis Skelly can come on for Calafiori. Norgard can come on for Zubimendi. Max Dowman. I mean, we keep this 2-0, maybe score another goal, make it 3-0, and then, bring on Max Dowman. Why not? Nwaneri. But I think Martinelli and Madueke are going to come on. I think with the way Tottenham are playing, Martinelli and Madueke could cause some concerns for them. But as stated, Tottenham had 0 XG that entire first half. Camera's blurry again for some reason. Yeah, Tottenham had 0 XG that whole first half. We had 0.87, but when you look at the passes, 233 accurate passes to their 90. We've got an 85% pass accuracy. They have 69% pass accuracy. We have more passes in their half than they do in our half. Well, they've got 14 passes in our half. We got 121 in their half. They got more accurate long balls than us. So players are coming out for the second half here. Time to have a professional second half and put an end to Tottenham. Looks like Javi Simon is going to be coming on. He's ready and dressed up in his uniform. It's a bit of an attacking substitution by Tottenham. Maybe a change of philosophy in the second half. Or a change of tactic. And who will he come on for? Probably not one of the midfielders. I don't think he'd come on for Palhinha or Bentancur, potentially Odobert. Didn't really see much of him in that half. It's Danso, so they're gonna go two at the back. Danso is coming off. So we had a little bit of a delay of the timer in the first half, so I think I'm gonna, as soon as kickoff happens, go for click the timer. So Arsenal to kick off in the second half. Just waiting for Michael Oliver here. And here we go, second half underway. Arsenal versus Tottenham. More of the same is what we want. No XG for Tottenham. I don't think we've had a Premier League game where somebody's had 0 XG the entire game. Would be very interesting to have it here, wouldn't it? Saka. Good there from Timber. Back to Timber. Eze. Oh, what a start to the second half. Eze scores. Ooh, it had to be. Look at him. He's like, I did it. Who else but him? What a finish. I mean, first goal, got some luck with the deflection. Second goal, people claiming offside, whatever. But that goal, right into the bottom corner. What a goal. I mean, and again, Timber involved in that build-up there. Thomas Frank, all that. This is the worst thing, right? All the halftime team talk. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. I mean, it's just so awful just to come out in the second half if you're another coach. And look at that again, so much space. Maybe they took Danso off and nobody's there to cover. Look at that space he has and into the bottom corner. No chance for Vicario at all. And great start. Lovely goal from Arsenal, 3-0. Absolutely running riot here. I mean, this all this does is just, play into our hands because now Tottenham are saying, now we want to attack. We don't want this to become embarrassing, but they're gonna attack, leave all that space in behind for us to exploit. Carlson flops to the ground, can't get the better of Saliba. Good, find Marino, foul against Van de Ven. We don't need to relax. We can relax. Timber's been excellent, finding Eze and then into the bottom corner. What a finish. What a start to the second half. Arteta is very, very happy. Coaches hugging each other again. As always, after a goal. Can we make it 4? Trossard gets back to Vicario. Couldn't get no luck this time for Trossard. There we go. Bentancur finding Palhinha. So Spence back to Romero. Javi Simon, Javi Simmons. I'm saying his name incorrectly there. Simons, Javi Simmons. He's already had more touches of the ball than some of these Tottenham players in the entire first half. Back to Simmons. He's trying to make something happen here. It's Kudus doesn't get the ball. Calafiori and Hincapié clears it upfield. Mourinho is lovely. He's just going to win those, isn't he? Idogi trying to play on Oda Bear, but Saliba's there and back to Timber. Timber does extremely well. He loses it though. Here's Simons. Paulinho dispossessed. Here's Saka. Foul. Play on by the referee. Here's Declan Rice. Here's Trossard. Surely not. Oof. I think it was Romero's header just took it off Eze's path there. Otherwise, here's Zubimendi and blocked by Romero. Marino's in offside position. See, that's what I mean. That pass to find counter-attacking, and because the game's opened up a lot now, because Tottenham are trying to get back into the game, so we're gonna have a lot of space now. And when you got players like Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze, who are gonna be looking at Saka and Trossard for those counter-attacking runs, and this is perfect now. After 10-15 minutes, bring on Madueke or Martinelli, and then exploit the openness of the game much more than it is now. Jet Spence, Kudus with Calafiori. Well, Tottenham's away record is about to be still potentially the best away record, but goal difference wise, Arsenal could have the best away record after this game. Trossard. More open now. Tottenham are more expansive. So they got players in all areas of the field instead of just everybody sitting back. Here's Timber. Here's Simmons. Find Odo Bear, but Rice does well. Here's Zubimendi. Timber always does well, doesn't he? Ooh, foul by Simmons there. I might have to look into that. It was a nasty foul there. I don't know why. What's he saying? Want to look at that again. Oh yeah, I mean give a yellow card for that. If not for the player being on for the second half, it's a bit nasty, that tackle. It's probably frustration from Simmons. You're coming into you're put into the second half to change the game, and first thing Arsenal do is score, and first thing your team does is concede. Declan Rice now with an outswinger. No Bukayo Saka for a third attempt. This one's much further out on the touchline. Could be a faker here. Could be playing it onto Saka potentially. Nope, it's pushed in. Ooh, back. I think that hit Calafiori on the back of the head. There's Trossard. Gonna play it back to Eze. Eze dink over the top, but Romero does well to clear it. Now Tottenham look for a counter, but that's hit behind Odo Bear, but he's still running up now. And a foul against Odo Bear by Zubimendi. Just to stop Tottenham in their tracks. Frank talking to his, I think it's his assistant there. and what to do. Simmons is going to be on top of this free kick. They might play it short. No, he's going to play into the box. Arsenal. Now's the time to focus, right? 3-0 up. Let's. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Lovely from Hincapié, I believe. Here's Kudus. Calafiori's done well against Kudus. And Saliba to Bentancur. Marino's on him. Good from Marino. And here's Saka. Not really much space in front of him and no support. So he has to play it back to Marino. Here's Zubimendi. To Rice. Zubimendi. Here's Rice. Hincapié, Calafiori. Zubimendi. Dispossessed there. And... oh, it's a goal out of nothing. And, well, that's disappointing. Tottenham have done absolutely nothing in this game, and Zubimendi gets dispossessed, and Raya is just off his line, and Richarlison just dinks it in, and it was almost close to hitting the post, but it's gone in, and Tottenham get something here out of nothing. Oh, that's disappointing to give up the clean sheet. It's such a lame goal to concede. It's a nice finish by Richarlison. And I think Tottenham scored a similar goal against Arsenal in preseason. I think that was Sarr who scored that one. So now that's given Tottenham some confidence now to, do something here. But, you don't want to do that. A goal out of nothing. I need to update the scoreboard here. Disappointing. Goal out of nothing. Hey, we're cruising. But that's the risk. Tottenham, one shot, one attempt, one goal. That's just sad. It's just sad. I mean, Zubimendi, it's just communication, really. If you're in the middle of the field dispossessed by two Tottenham players, it's just lack of communication from the team. You got one player on you, the second player's coming, somebody's got to yell, man on. I don't doubt that people were communicating. It's just that it's disappointing that that happens. Is Marino. Good challenge there from Marino. What happened there? Tottenham players I think he's given a free kick to Arsenal. Well, Palhinha did catch Zubimendi. I don't know why he's complaining there to Michael Oliver. Nobody's going to be more disappointed with conceding that goal than Raya in the defense, right? You pride yourself on clean sheets and just need to settle down here. Marino playing right back for some reason, and Calafiori's pass just overhit him. So it's going out for a throw-in for Tottenham. Under Arsenal, under a little bit of pressure here. We just need some time to pass just to settle down and get back to the status quo. Rice and Cappy does well. Trossard. Marino should win that. Saliba, good ball. Here's Trossard. Thought he used his hands there. Here's Trossard. Spence gets back and wins that challenge. And it's a goal kick to Tottenham. Spence just got back to block off Trossard there. Well, I mean, that's what I mean, right? When I said in the first half, the tactic of just sitting back and hoping for a lucky goal somewhere along the way. If this game was 0-0 and Tottenham scored that goal, it would be very, very bad. But oof, Declan Rice pressuring Vicario there. And Tottenham have some space here, so counter-attacking now is ball flipped in, but Hincapi does well. Here's Simmons. And that's going out for a goal kick. Arsenal doing well there. Saka back defending and helping Timber. Yeah, so what we were saying before is that you just need that one stroke of luck, that one goal. But when you're 3-0 down and you get that lucky goal, you still got a lot of work to do. And now that it's made the second half a little bit interesting for a neutral fan. Arsenal fans disappointed. I think Tottenham fans have some hope, and neutral fans, it's a bit interesting. It's not a 3-0 and everybody just sitting back now. Trossard does well there against Spence, and looks like he did win that ball. Michael Oliver's not giving a free kick against Spence there for the tackle on Zubimendi. And here we go, Tottenham now. Kudus. And he did well against Calafiori there. I think that's the first time he's got the better of him, but Eze does well, and it's a foul. It's just a stop and play for Arsenal players just to gather themselves here. Carlson looks he looks very energetic after scoring, and he did leave a foot in there though, on that follow through on Eze. So I think he knew what he was doing. It's the type of player, he knew what he was doing there, leaving that foot on Eze's on the side there, on the stomach. I mean, one player you don't want to score an equalizer or score a winner. It's good that he scored when they were 3-0 down. He's a bit of a shitbag, Richarlison. He likes to get under your skin. Saliba and Hincapié have done well so far. Good ball from Raya to find Trossard. Spencer's doing much better in the second half against him. Should be a free kick. I think it is a free kick. He did hold on to Trossard. Is that free kick or throw in? I'm not quite sure. Arteta something. What's going on? Is he talking with Frank or somebody? He's talking to fourth official right now. So Declan Rice is gonna whip this ball in. Ooh, lovely ball, and went all the way through to and who's somebody get it. Cappy, and it's a corner. It felt it as it's been given as a goal kick. I thought it was a corner, but might have ricocheted back off of Hincapié there. Looks like Tottenham are making a double substitution with Sarr and Kolo Muani coming on. Arsenal should probably be looking at some substitutions as well. Vicario under the cosh here, trying to play out from the back. Ended up going long, and Hincapié's going to win it. And Arsenal have it back. Rice all the way back to Vicario. Oh, Palhinha does well to turn away from Rice. Here's Richarlison. Simmons. Here's Odobert. To Simmons. He's gone for a shot, but right at Raya. Step padding there from Simmons. No danger at all for Arsenal there. Here's Saliba. Back to Raya. Ball over the top to Bukayo Saka. It's a foul. Don't know what for, offside or handball. Doggy now to Bentancur. Here's Van der Ven. So it's the first goal Arsenal have conceded at home since the Haaland goal when we played Man City. And, you know, to be honest, that goal was, Saliba brought back from injury, starting. And I think it was off the pace in that. And I think Haaland just took advantage and scored that goal. And this is a fluke goal by Richarlison. By fluke, it's, it doesn't happen every game, but it's happened now back-to-back games against Tottenham. So Tottenham drilled into them that, Raya's off his line. If you win the ball high up the field in Arsenal's half, try and dink, go for it. It's something we need to be aware of. I mean, it is a good finish by Richarlison, because I think even if Raya was on his line, I think that would have been a little dodgy, trying to block that off. So Odobert's off for Sarr, and who's gonna come off? No, for Kolomwani and Bentancur. Well, Sarr on for Bentancur and Odobert, Kolomani on for Odobert. So attacking substitutions by Tottenham here. Arsenal need to be careful, because if you give up one more goal, then it becomes a very, very tense affair. You need to hold on to this 2-goal advantage. Zubimendi does well. Here's Marino. All over the top to Saka, and it just gets away from him. Oof. Different dynamic in the second half. Here's Romero. Now Tottenham enjoying, I think, we haven't been shown the position figures, but I think Tottenham are enjoying more position in the second half. Especially in the last, 5 or 10 minutes. Nketiah's missed that ball, but luckily Calafiori is back there for him. And Raya's ball all the way out to Trossard. Raya's done well to find Trossard. And Palhinha tried to go for a kick. He held them off, so it's a free kick now to Arsenal. 67 minutes gone. Arsenal 3-1 up. Bit shaky when Richarlison scored that goal, but we've found our groove now. And that ball by Rice is not going to find Saka, but Eze is there. Good from Eze to hold on to it. Here's Saliba finding Timber. Eze. Back to Timber. He's got Saka. Oh, Timber's very good, isn't he? Good. Everything's falling for Timber at the moment. Here's Eze. Didn't expect that. Still has it. He's lost it now to Palhinha, and Tottenham here on the counter. Arsenal playing some risky football last few minutes. And Richarlison. Ball is whipped in. It's going to go nobody, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. You like to see that overhead cross there from Palhinha. Yeah, there we go. Position last 10 minutes, 68% to Tottenham, 32% to Arsenal. So Arsenal just taking the foot off the gas a little bit. You need to be careful though. You take off too much. And next thing you know, Tottenham back into this game. Gotta make one more change here. It's not week 11, it's week 12 on the scoreboard. Oh, missed something here. Something happened. Foul there. Marino's on the ground holding his face. It's going to be another yellow card. Who's the yellow card going to be to? Looks like Van de Ven with a slight elbow. Referee's telling Marino to come off. I don't know who the yellow card was for. He did have a yellow card out. He's saying it's protocol that, you know, his head injury, go check. It's not, he's saying, Marino's saying it's not a head injury. Romero's been booked. So he's going to miss the next match. Don't know who they're playing. But Marino's saying, I didn't get hit on the head. He hit me on the jaw. So they're just checking. They're just doing a routine check. He's saying, let me play the game. So Arsenal temporarily down to 10 men. And, ooh, Sarr was through. But Calafiori does well to intercept. 20 minutes to go. Just keep up the same as usual. Don't let Tottenham too many chances. We don't want to make it 3-2. 4-1 would be nice. 5-1 would be even better. I don't know why Merino was booked there. Maybe possibly for descent or time wasting. Who knows? Merino's won that. Eze can't get there. Zubimendi does. Here's Saka. Saka's going for the shot, and Merino or Vicario have a diving save. So good there from Arsenal. First big chance since Tottenham scored. Again, brings it down. Plenty of time to take a shot. Lovely hit from Saka, and Vicario's read it well, and he's dived to get out of the way. So Arsenal, I think this is our first corner since the beginning of the first half. So Arsenal, not many corners this game. Last time out against Man United, Tottenham didn't do too well at corners. I think Man United scored the equalizer from a last minute corner. So Arsenal, let's see if we can take advantage of this. Not the best delivery, and Eze's hit is wild over. So 72 minutes in, Arsenal not looking like making changes at the moment. I mean, some changes would be nice though. Maybe doesn't want to risk Madueke or Martinelli since they came back from injuries. But if they're on the bench, they should be able to play. There's Trossard. Did extremely well, Trossard. And Declan Rice. Calafiori with a dummy. Trossard referee on his way, but it's going to be a corner. Corner to Arsenal. I think Trossard's been man in the match so far. He's been everywhere. Yes, Eze has 2 goals, but, you know, and Eze's done well to get 2 goals. He's been very good, but I think Trossard's been immense. But I think Eze might, you know, get all the plaudits from this game. But I think Eze's done well. I think the defense has done well. I think, you know, you take out that fluke goal by Richarlison, defense hasn't really been threatened too much. Declan Rice, Arsenal's 3rd corner. Can we do better? Good delivery, and I thought somebody put that into the back of that goal, but no, Vicario grabs it. And it's a long throw by Vicario, but Eze is there. He should be playing back to Raya, he is. And Raya's got a man on him, but Eze does well here. Here's Rice. And Arsenal should have it back. Timber to Saka. Timber playing a right midfielder at the moment. Here's Marino. Trying to play phrase. So nonchalant with his movements. Here's Simmons. Pushing forward, finding Kudus. And a ball in. No danger at all with Raya claiming it comfortably. And Raya with not the best throw out, trying to find Trossard, but intercepted by Kudus. But Arsenal's defense does well again. That time Zubimendi clears it. Saliba and Richarlison, something between them, not too happy. The referee just in between trying to get them to relax. Looked like something happened here where Saliba, Richarlison and Saliba just shirt pulling between each other there. Looks like the stoppage in play again. Referee's not happy about something. The ball, maybe the air pressure in the ball, something off. So 15 minutes to go. Arsenal not made any substitutions yet. Carrillo's ball in, but Hincapi should have it, and he does. Good from Hincapi. Here's Marino. Can he find Trossard? He does. Trossard. He finds Eze. Hat-trick. Hat-trick for Eze. As man of the match material. But again, you know, Trossard. Marino does well to play Trossard on, and Trossard finding Eze, and Eze just had to finish that. Eze, you know, he's not scoring or assisting many for Arsenal, but against Tottenham, he decided to score a hat-trick. I think Thomas Frank was asked an interview question about Eze before the game. And look at that, Trossard. Eze, lovely. And again, a bit of luck with Udogie just slipping there. But I mean, good control there from Eze to take Udogie. I mean, you want to say luck, but I think Eze did really well to take that away, and then Udogie just slipping. Hat-trick by Eze. Arsenal destroying Tottenham. That fluke goal is, you know, disappointing, but, you know, what are you going to do? And substitution being made. Trossard's come off. What a massive performance. Noni Madueke on for Arsenal. Kudus has come off as well for Tottenham. Not sure who's come on for him. So is it Jed Spence coming off as well? Yeah, Pedro Porro coming on for Jed Spence. And it's Brennan Johnson on for Kudus, seems like. Oh, score, yes. Keep forgetting the score. First Arsenal live stream. What a game. Declan Rice over. Yes. Saka's going to leave that. Oh, Saka's won it from Van der Ven. Saka Madueke, is he going to be 4? Oh, Vicario with a big save. He could have got 4 goals. That would have been insane. Big save from Vicario. Saka. And just looking at this, yeah, I mean, it's in Vicario's grasp there. It's a good save by Vicario. We'll give him that. No Odegaard, no problem. Probably Arsenal fans are thinking. Declan Rice gives it back to Tottenham. Haven't really seen, Simmons has been involved, but haven't really seen Colomwani at all since he's come on. Here's Richarlison. Here is Simmons. Arsenal getting back here. This is turning into, again, Simmons going for the shot. Yeah, I said earlier on, this guy's just stat padding, trying to get the shot numbers up for Tottenham. He takes pride in their XG numbers. Trossard's had a massive, massive game. He is one of the key players for Arsenal, isn't he? It's Paulinho. I mean, but whatever you say about, we can make all the jokes about Simmons and his stat padding, but he has been the creative player since he's come on. Like, nobody's done more than him in the entire first half. But like I said, it's dangerous. Arsenal will. The game's open now for Tottenham, so they will look to try and score, and that will leave space out behind, and that's exactly what happened. This is a good breakaway goal. They call him Wani with the touch, and he does well to hold off Saliba there. So Tottenham have their first corner of the game. It would be nice, in New Zealand and Sky Sport here to have like a stadium ambience noise. It would be really nice to have something like that. Corner by Tottenham, cleared by Declan Rice. As Madueke is giving chase here. Poro has it. Running back into the point. Eze just puts his foot on it and says nope. And he's going for just to relieve some pressure. Hit it all the way out to Vicario. 9 minutes and stoppage time to go. The way this game is going, I feel like it's looking more like Arsenal are going to get a fifth and Tottenham are going to get a second. Here we go again. Madueke against Poro. Blistering pace and corner to Arsenal. Poro does well to slide and block that. Good to have Madueke back for Arsenal. Saka did well with that pass. Saka's done well. Saka should have a rest before the buying game. Put on Martinelli. Give him a rest. Or Max Dellman. Max Dellman. Yeah, that'd be nice. Arsenal just setting up their tactic routine here. Declan Rice, bring it in. Arsenal plays in, and again, I think this is the second corner he's had where he's just not beaten the first man. Ball is in, and Brennan Johnson is going to clear it. For a throw in here for Tottenham. Oh, bit of a push there. The referee's not giving it. Bit of a push on Rice. Just a throw into Tottenham. What a game. Here's Marino. Good from Declan Rice there. And here Arsenal go. And Madueke, oof, a little bit too much on that. Just a pass uh, go past Pedro Porro there. Looks like Max Dowman is the one who's just warming up at the moment for Arsenal. Michael Oliver just whistling for Porro to get on with it. Game's almost over. I think he wants to go home and rest. He doesn't want to see this terrible football by Tottenham. Porro's got Madueke on him. And Calafiori, it's an offside. So as it stands, we've got a Premier League table here. Arsenal, 6 points clear of Chelsea, 7 points clear of Man City, 8 points clear of Aston Villa, 9 points clear of Crystal Palace. Tottenham down in 9th. So if Man United win, they will drop down to 10th. Man United get a point, they'll drop down to 10th. Looks like Ethan Nwaneri is going to be coming on, possibly for Eze. Is Madueke. Good to find Calafiori. Back to Declan Rice. A little too much on that for Rice. Don't want to wear yourself out. Got 2 big games coming up this week. There's Victor Gyökeres. No, yeah, Gyökeres, not Gyökeres. Gyökeres on the bench, on the stands with his family potentially. There we go. Ball out. Here's Udogi. And Timber does well. Timber has been excellent this game as well. Timber and I think it's Van der Ven with a challenge. Here's Simmons with some space. And ooh, Rice just clattering into him. Looks like somebody, I think it's Colomwani's down on the other side of the field. Looks like Pedro Porro is trying to come at Declan Rice there. I don't know why, you know, mate, I think it's just frustration, losing the game. I think he's saying, you know, you're gonna win. Why come in that with that tackle on Xavi Simmons? I think Simmons was a yellow card for Declan Rice. The referee is saying, hey, it's his first challenge. I think he's gonna book Porro here. Yeah, he's gonna book Porro. Just for, you know, getting involved at the end. No, don't book Rice. No, he's gonna book Rice as well. I mean, if he books Rice, he's already made up his mind. Yeah, he did. He did say something to Simmons, and then Pedro Porro coming in and, you know, heating it up, and Ricardo's coming in, joining it up, and Saliba took him out. It's a yellow card to Rice, and I think Porro is gonna get a yellow card as well. Yeah, Porro gets a yellow card, and in the middle of all of that, Arsenal make a substitution. Nwaneri is on for Mikel Merino. And Hincapi, what's Hincapi doing? Looked like he was wobbling a bit, but no, he's good. He's going to be substituted. Mosquera is going to come on. Hincapi's done excellent. Very good this game. Christian Mosquera is also very, very good signing. Arsenal, you know, again, you know, fantastic business in the summer window. And after all of that, ball's going out for a goal kick now for Arsenal. Tottenham's end is half empty. Look at that. Tottenham fans are leaving the stadium in droves. Nothing to see here anymore. Go home, rest, maybe beat the traffic. Terrible performance by Tottenham today. And some of those fans are probably going to start turning on Thomas Frank. Tottenham are in a rebuild at the moment. You know, any improvement from last season, yes, you won the Europa League, but you finished, you know, one place outside of the relegation zone. So any improvement is good for them. And they still have some Champions League football to look forward to as well. Calafiori has been excellent. Hincapi's been excellent. Saliba's been excellent. Zubimendi's been. All Arsenal team have been excellent. And Raya, apart from his mistake, has been excellent also. Here's Mosquera. Calafiori just playing with the Tottenham players there. And Raya just hits it out just to relieve some pressure. So a minute to go. And that ball from Poro just to find Udogi. And from error pass straight to Madueke. And Arsenal go. Maybe one last attack. Timber finding Saka. Saka played 90 minutes here, and the pass is not good to Madueke, and Tottenham have a break opportunity here. Zubimendi does well to win it back. There's Saka. Eze. Oh, lovely from Eze. And Palhinha just sliding and not getting any of the ball. And Arsenal just toying with Tottenham at the moment. Mosquera to Saliba. 4 minutes added here. Zubimendi to Calafiori. Here's Eze. Declan Rice finding Madueke on his favored right hand side. Oof. Bit of an unnecessary foul there from Kolomwani on Madueke. Maybe accidental. Kolomwani's got a mask on, possibly some earlier injury. Yeah, the timer is it stops at 90, but well, that's my fault that I put it at 90. Could have made it go on. So the timer says 90, but game is still going. We still have a couple of minutes here. Calafiori is coming off for Lewis Skelly. Calafiori's been immense as well. Lewis Skelly on for Calafiori, and Arsenal have a opportunity here. Madueke and Saka just discussing what to do here. It's a quick free kick routine. Saka back in, and Simmons is going to lose that. And Zubimendi all the way back to Raya here. It's a couple minutes added on here. Raya going to play it up for Timber. Here's Madueke. Been lively since he's come on. Is Muneri. Timber. A goal for Timber would be great, wouldn't it? He's just toying with them. Is Saka. It's going to be an Arsenal throw here. Here's Rice. So this is a fantastic victory for Arsenal. A little nervous coming into this weekend, but what a weekend it is. A successful hate watch yesterday with both Liverpool and Manchester City losing, and a fantastic victory. No nervous 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2 or anything like that. Comfortable as you can get, really. A little bit of shakiness after Richarlison scored that goal, but we composed ourselves. I mean, things are looking good this season. You know, it's one of the best football Arsenal are playing in recent years, and you know, we just need an end product, and by end product, you know, I think we all would like a big trophy, you know, Champions League or Premier League. it would be incredible. But it's games like these where this team is showing who they are. And as we just saw the stats, 18 shots to three. And out of those three shots, and that's the final whistle. Good game, perfect game by Arsenal, except for that fluke goal. But Eze will take the headlines. He was so close to moving to Tottenham. Arteta came calling and he said, "No, thank you. I'm going to go to Arsenal." And the rest is history. A hat trick against Tottenham here. What a performance. One of the great North London Derby performances by Eze. Big win for Arsenal. 6 points clear of Chelsea, who we play next week. And what more do you want? And, as we see, it's on mute, but you can see the fans. We all know what they're singing. We all know what's going through their heads. Fantastic, fantastic game. Tottenham remain in ninth, not drop down to ninth. You don't get minus points for losing. Arsenal go to 29 points. No Gabriel, no problem. Hincapi deputizing with a great performance. No Gyökeres, no problem. Merino with a fantastic game. A great assist for the first goal for Trossard and a pre-assist for the fourth goal. And as you can see, is this the fourth North London derby hat-trick? And the first since 1978, Alan Sunderland, and a 5-0 Arsenal win. And the first was Ted Drake, 1934 for Arsenal. So a fantastic win. So that's interesting. Only 4 North London derby hat-tricks in history. And Eze puts his name into the record books. What a win. This is the type of win you need coming up for this week. Get the confidence in there. Bayern Munich next. Chelsea after that. Take it game by game. And all Tottenham fans are leaving the stadium, but Arsenal fans will relish this. They didn't beat Sunderland or Burnley or Leeds or West Ham, 4-1 at home. You beat your bitter rivals 4-1 with a hat-trick from a player who was so close to joining them, if you believe the reports. And he changed his mind because we came calling. Doesn't get bigger than this. Ryo will be disappointed not to get a clean sheet. He doesn't look too happy. He's not as happy as the rest of the team. Big performance by Trossard. Yeah, but I mean, Eze will take the headlines, but I think that oh, look at that. So nice from Ryo, giving his gloves and his shirt to a young Arsenal fan there. It's a memory she'll have forever. So we were saying before that, Eze is going to take all the headlines, but what a performance from Trossard. What a performance by Merino. This Arsenal team, every single player is giving 100% every single game. Timber, fantastic performance. Merino, fantastic performance. If we're going to give a rating for this, I'm not at that stage where I can give ratings, but player of the match, Eze, obviously for the hat trick, but close second, you got Trossard, you got Timber, very good. Merino is up there as well. Saka played really well. I think everybody in the team played really well. I mean, just a couple of things with, Raya did well coming out for crosses. You know, he'll be disappointed conceding that goal, but you know, what are you gonna do? But fantastic game from Arsenal. Maybe we'll do no match reaction. Match reaction is here, but maybe a little clips of the goals, reactions. Maybe let's see, and then potentially could do the buying game. But otherwise, you know, next week against Chelsea is another big game. It'll be the top two facing off against each other. Who would have thought that start of the season? Arsenal and Chelsea are top of the table. Well, Arsenal top of the table. Big game, perfect result. You're not gonna get better than that. And we go game by game. Just win every game that's in front of you. It's gonna be a busy couple of games. We got Chelsea, we got Aston Villa away coming up as well. And in between that, we gotta play Brentford. I think it's home or away. It's gonna be a bit tough game. So we just take it game by game, and let's see what happens. Great result for us Arsenal fans. Hope everyone enjoyed. If you watch this later on, I hope you enjoy the stream. And yeah, we go from there. Perfect win for Arsenal. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you later. Thank you.